Actually, it's only the score. Okay, the score would be equal to 0. So 1 times 0 equal to the prospective performance will equal to 0, because it's only syntax or semantics. Okay, but for me to have a true performance number, I have to have weight and score, syntax and semantics. If you have only syntax, no semantics, it doesn't mean anything. If you have the semantics and no syntax, it doesn't mean anything to the user. The user will not understand it. It's like one talking Arabic and the other talking, like, say, Chinese. There is no link between them. They both will not understand each other, and that is the satisfaction performance which I wanted to evaluate, understanding between them. Okay, I hope I'm clear enough. Third, the process levels are presented in the form of the original performance evaluation, which is to calculate the performance levels must be presented as performance levels weight and performance levels scores, as I have just said. Okay, I didn't read this for like 12 or 13 years. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. And I tended not to read it before I present anything. That's why you might find me explaining it in a different perspective than, let's say, 10 years ago, or specifically like 3 months ago. Okay, to calculate the performance level must be presented as performance levels weight and performance levels weight and performance level scores to hold the methodology of true performance evaluation. Performance levels equals weight, performance level weight, and performance level score. The total performance is the form of the user satisfaction performance evaluation. The total performance is in the form of user satisfaction performance evaluation. Yeah, okay. Now we are talking specifically about the user satisfaction performance. So the user satisfaction performance here is a lifetime. It's a life cycle to himself, but it's a lifetime in the e-marketing environment. Okay, but so here is talking about specifically user satisfaction performance evaluations. We're going to see how is it going to do it. The total performance. So the total performance here is, as we've seen in the pyramid. Okay, at the top of the pyramid was the satisfaction, and then the satisfaction categories, and then the satisfaction levels, and then the framework, and then the APEC, which is a day-to-day operations. So now he's talking about the user satisfaction total performance. Okay, the total performance is presented as user satisfaction categories, and then you unite them together. The user satisfaction feedback for the key performance indicators, business process amplification on the basis of the user satisfaction requirements. So I'm inferring process amplification and the user satisfaction feedback infers the business process on the basis of the user satisfaction requirements, as in users requirements categories and their satisfaction process requirements. So satisfaction process requirements, and so now we have categories and their process. The process manifestates the satisfaction process. Okay, so again, on the basis of the user satisfaction requirements, as in user requirements, CAB, and their satisfaction process requirements, levels, framework, and framework indicators, as has given the user satisfaction total performance evaluation equal categories, i.e. business in categories. in their weight of satisfaction, the total satisfaction performance calculated as total satisfaction performance sigma CB by B. B starts from 1 until the end of B. Okay, this is not the business, this is actually the B of the categories. So C1, C2, C3, C4. Okay, but we can have C11, C12, C13. So the B equals how many categories there are. But the A is given to each and every user. So I would have C1B. The next users would have C2B. Okay. So now the B is the number of categories, while the A represent who is the user. Okay. So now if I have from C1 to C1 million, so I can have all the satisfaction again against one category. So I can have an evaluation performance between one user versus the whole company or the whole product satisfaction, or a couple will a couple of satisfactions against the product satisfaction or the business satisfaction. Meaning I could have segmentation properties inside the framework. Okay. Default value of any given feedback is 0. The default, of course, is 0. So I can have a category, but there is no interaction on it or no feedback on it, so I would give it a 0. But still can be available. So when I said that I was a bit nervous because there is nobody watching me, so the feedback here is 0. But I know that somebody can watch it, so I know the requirement is there. Whenever you're gonna listen to it, you're gonna evaluate me. But now, because nobody is evaluating me, it is the feedback is 0. Okay? Since the user satisfaction process classification framework uses weight and score feedbacks, or if the default value of the weight and score is equal to 0, a unique user satisfaction process classification framework is formed for that specific product. Therefore, it will be much easier to cross-function user satisfaction over business strategy and vice versa. So this basically means I could link between one user and the whole business, or a multiple of users with the whole business, or the vice versa, which this PhD doesn't talk about, which is the business satisfaction. I could have a relation between the business or one department of the business and one user or multiple users. So it is a accessibility, generic accessibility between a single or multiple users. So if this video is the business and all the other users are the users, so I can have a relationship of performance evaluation between a single employee in a business and the whole segment of his customer satisfaction. Okay. Okay. Default value of any given feedback is 0. We talked about this. All weights and scores, inputs, values, feedbacks are from 1 to 10. And this is unchangeable for a lot of other reasons that you don't know about, and I don't think that you will know about. But if you change these 10, the semantics of the cross-reference is going to be compromised semantically, because it doesn't matter really if it's 5 or 7 or 8 or 20 or 100, but then semantically it will not have a meaning. It will have a meaning, of course, for you as you are the creator of your own program, but it will not have a meaning on very, very other perspectives that I will, it's like a bit of a secret, okay? But please use it as it is. So now we're going to come back, go back. So we have the principle, now the evaluation process.